Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am so excited to share my first fall project of the year. I love fall, it is my favorite season, and I love all the crafts that go along with it. This video is also sponsored by Michaels, and I want to say thank you to Michaels for sponsoring today's video. In this video, I am turning a canvas into this cute sign to use with my fall decor. I stopped into Michaels to purchase my supplies that I needed for this project. They have a large variety of not only cutting machines, but all of the accessories, materials, and blanks to create with it. I always have a pleasant shopping experience with how well they have everything organized. You can purchase all of the products I'm using at your Michaels store or online. I would also love it if you subscribe to my channel and give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and let's just get into the tutorial. Here is the canvas that I'm going to be using. The size is 8 by 8. First, I'm going to take the canvas off the wood. When you flip it over, you can see the staples in the back. I always leave those in when I'm doing a reverse canvas because the canvas will be glued over the staples so you won't even see them. I'm using my Cricut True Control knife to cut around the outside of the canvas to remove it. I love Cricut's knife. It is better than any X-Acto knife that I have owned in the past, so I definitely recommend it. The canvas was folded over a little more in the corners, I think because this is a smaller canvas, so I had to work just a little harder to cut through that. This is what the frame looks like with the canvas off. This one has 2 staples in each corner. I personally love how that looks because I am going for a farmhouse, rustic type of theme. I've noticed the small canvases seem to have the staples on the front, but some that are a little bigger tend to not have those. Now I'm using my scissors to cut off the excess canvas that is left on the back of the wood frame. I'm using Artist Loft acrylic paint to paint over the wood. You can use acrylic paint or stain for your project. I'm using a mixture of black and brown paint. The brown is called Burnt Ember. I mix both paint colors together, then mix it with the foam brush. I always buy my foam brushes from Michaels. They have really good quality. I add a little water into the paint mixture as well. I feel like it helps thin the paint so you can see the wood grain through it, which is the look that I'm going for. Now I'm just painting the entire wood frame. This came out a little darker than I wanted, so next time I might just use the brown paint. I did end up loving the end result, however. Now I'll show you in Cricut Design Space how I get the design that I'll be putting on my canvas. First, I'm going to go over to my uploads, then grab my SVG image. I'm going to be using Happy Fall, y'all. I'll insert that into Cricut Design Space. Here's my image. I've already measured my canvas to decide what size I want it, and I want it a little under 5 inches. So I'm going to go up to my width. I'll double click. Then I am going to select 5 and hit enter. Then I'm just going to bring it down just a little bit. With this SVG, the Happy and Y'all, I'm going to be cutting out on black vinyl, and for fall, I'm going to be using red and black buffalo plaid vinyl. So I'll need to change fall to a different color so it'll separate it onto a different mat. If you look over in the layers panel, there is quite a few layers with this image just because it's hand drawn, but I need to click on ungroup to work with this. So I selected ungroup there. Now when you look at fall, the F is a separate layer than the rest of the word. So I just want to attach this together. So I'm going to select this part of the word, then hit shift on my keyboard, then select the F. I'll come down here and click on attach, and now you can move it over. Also with the letters, these are all separate also. I want to attach this with y'all. So I'll highlight over all of it, then I'll select attach, If you want to place these separately, you can attach happy together and y'all together, but for me it's easier to attach the whole thing so I can make sure that fall will easily fit in here. I'm going to be changing this to a buffalo plaid color, so that obviously doesn't show up on here, but I'm just going to change it to red. That way it'll show up on a different mat, and this one we want it to be black. Now I'm ready to click on Make It. As you can see, it separated it both on different mats by color. I am going to be using iron-on vinyl, so I am going to mirror both of these designs. Now I will click on Continue. I'm going to select Everyday Iron-On. With my vinyl shiny side down on my Cricut mat, I load my mat into the Cricut machine by pressing the double arrows, then I press the Cricut C button to start. The Cricut machine will cut out the design. I'm using the Cricut Maker here, but you can use your Explorer Air 2 machine or Cricut Joy as well. Once the machine is done cutting, I push the double arrows to unload it, then I bend my mat backwards to remove the vinyl off the mat, then use my scissors to cut around the design. You can see a check mark on the first mat showing that it cut that out and it's going to move on to this one. I am using pattern iron-on for that, so I am actually going to select on my material, then click Browse All Materials. I'm going to search for pattern iron-on, which is the fourth one down. I will select on that, then click Done, then I'll show you how I cut this out. Here's the pattern iron-on I'm using. This pack comes with 3 different patterns, which I think is really fun. I love the buffalo check for fall. I place this pattern side down on my Cricut mat and load the mat into my machine. The Cricut will cut out my design. I remove the vinyl from the mat and cut around the design as well. Next, I weed out the excess vinyl from both designs. Now I'm ready to set my Easy Press 2. I set it to 340 degrees for 30 seconds. You can find the heat guide on Cricut's website. Here I am just lining up where I want my design on the canvas. I place my parchment paper over my vinyl to help protect my vinyl and canvas, then set my Easy Press 2 on top. I press the blinking C for it to start counting down. Once the Cricut Easy Press 2 is done, I remove it along with the parchment paper. The Cricut Heat Guide recommended to wait for the vinyl to completely cool down, then remove the carrier sheet. Next, I add fall to my canvas and repeat the same process. I love how fall turned out with the buffalo plaid iron-on. Next, I grab my wood frame and glue gun. I turn the frame around and run my hot glue gun along the edges of the frame. There's several ways that you can attach your canvas. I've tried stapling the canvas back on the wood in the past, but I've found that the hot glue gun is my favorite way to adhere this together. To get rid of the excess canvas, I just take my scissors and cut along each edge to remove them. Here's how the back looks, and here's the front. I think it just turned out so cute and will be so fun to add to my fall decorations this year. Here's a close-up look of the frame. I just love it so much. Let me know if there's any fall Cricut crafts you would like to see on my channel this year. You can get your Cricut machine and all of your Cricut and craft essentials at your local Michael's stores. I love shopping there, and I hope you enjoy this video. Give it a thumbs up if you did, and subscribe if you are new to my channel.